What's up guys, and welcome to Hari's Hobbies, the channel where we discuss the latest tech news and delve into the newest tech products. Today, we are taking a look at why you shouldn't buy a GPU at any cost. But before we delve into that, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys would like to stay updated with the latest tech news related to gaming and PCs. So what's the problem? Why shouldn't you buy a new GPU right now? Well, the main reason is because the next series of GPUs from Nvidia is coming out very soon and it is promising really good performance. So it doesn't really make sense to buy an almost outdated GPU, especially overpriced. The new series is also expected to be really well priced, so that's a plus as well. So what exactly happened? Well, recently there was actually a leak about the GTX 1180 specs. Now, before we go any further, just keep in mind that these are just rumors and leaks, so they could very well be false, so just make sure to keep that in mind. So, what do these rumors suggest? Well, I have a dedicated video in which I cover the GTX 1180 thoroughly, but here's just a quick recap. According to these specs, the GTX 1180 is going to be really close in performance, if not exceed, the Titan XP. On top of this, it has GDDR6 memory as opposed to the GDDR5X memory in the Titan XP, and it draws less power as well. And the most intriguing part is that according to the leak, it's only going to cost $700, which is the same MSRP as the GTX 1080 at launch. So as you guys can see, it's really offering great value when you look at how much performance it gives you. But when exactly is the GTX 1180 and all the other variations coming out? Nvidia unfortunately didn't give us any hints at GTC. However, Gamers Nexus was actually able to get in contact with SK Hynix, who is actually the memory producer for Nvidia. And SK Hynix told Gamers Nexus that they were going to start mass production of GDDR6 memory in just 3 months. So according to them, they're going to be starting their mass production of GDDR6 memory at the end of June or around the beginning of July. As a result, we can probably expect to see the GTX 1170 and 1180 at the end of July or the beginning of August, so pretty much mid to late summer. And then we can probably see the 1160 and 1150 near the end of the year, and then other variants like the 1150 Ti and 1180 Ti should come out sometime next year. This actually coincides with what Tom's Hardware and this rumor says, and so that's probably the expected time frame for these new GPUs. So as you guys can see, it's just around the corner, and it's definitely worth the wait. Really high numbers are great and all, but it really doesn't matter if it doesn't deliver really great real-world performance. And so, what real-world performance can we expect out of these new cards? Well, as for the GTX 1180, that performance should be very similar to what we are seeing with the Titan XP right now. So pretty much most, if not all, current games should be able to run at max settings 4K at least 60 frames per second. Most should actually run at 70 or 80 frames, or even higher, but at least 60 usually. On top of this, the GTX 1180 should excel in QHD ultra-wide gaming or triple monitor 1080p gaming. So if you guys are interested in that, then this may be worth waiting for as well. So, by now, you guys probably understand why these new GPUs are worth waiting for and why they're offering so much great performance. But some of you guys may still be like, well, GPU prices have just started to come down. What if they go back up? Well, wouldn't I get screwed then? Well, that is true, but the thing is, GPU mining, while it is still profitable and you can make money out of it, the hype that was around it at the beginning is simply non-existent. There's simply just not a huge craze around it, and as a result, there's not as many people jumping in onto it and buying new mining setups with several graphics cards at the same time. Also, on top of this, the difficulty to mine cryptocurrency is continuously increasing, so as a result, that's also deterring many people from starting cryptocurrency mining right now. Furthermore, a company named Bitmain actually revealed an ASIC miner for Ethereum. If you guys didn't know, Ethereum is one of the most popular cryptocurrencies to be mined with GPUs, and as a result, people who specifically just want to mine Ethereum may jump onto these new ASICs. So what are ASICs? ASICs are application-specific integrated circuits, and they just do one task. So in this case, they simply just mine Ethereum. So wouldn't that reduce the diversity that miners have? Well, that is true, but this ASIC is promising really great performance. For example, a GTX 1080 Ti that is fully overclocked and it is at 100% power limit will only do about 37 megahashes a second, yet it'll consume 343 watts. This new ASIC is supposed to consume about 750 watts, but it'll produce 650 megahashes a second. So as a result, it's about 20 times more performance for just double the power consumption. So as you guys can see, it's much more effective. On top of that, this is specifically built for mining, so the performance per dollar is probably much better for miners. So as a result, if Ethereum continues to be the main cryptocurrency for miners with GPUs, then a lot of them may switch over to the ASIC, and that would lead to GPU prices to continue to fall. Also, Nvidia and AMD have been taking action to try to improve the GPU stock situation right now, and we are finally starting to see the effects of their actions. So as a result, in my opinion, I think GPU prices are going to continue to drop and hopefully reach MSRP once RAM prices stabilize as well. So it's probably quite obvious why you guys should wait if you're looking at getting an 1170 or 1180 or any high level card. But is it worth waiting if you're thinking about a mid-tier card like the 1150 or 1160, which is coming at the end of the year? Well, in my opinion, if you really don't need an upgrade right now and it would just be a nice thing to have, then you should definitely wait for these. We don't really know what performance they're going to offer, but what we do know is that Nvidia has a lot of performance to offer, and it is very likely that they match previous generational gaps. For example, last generation, the GTX 1060 was about equal to 980. And as a result, this generation, we probably see that the 1160 is equal to the 1080, but it'll cost us a lot less than what the 1080 came out for, especially with the overpriced situations right now. So as you guys can see, the 1160 would perform much better than the 1060 and be offered at a much better price. So I definitely recommend that you guys wait. Now, if you really don't care about some extra performance or the little bit of money that you may be able to save, then obviously you might as well just go ahead and buy a GPU right now. But for the vast majority of you guys, I really recommend that you guys consider waiting for these new GPUs before you make any rash decisions that you may regret. So, what do you guys think about all of this? Do you think these rumors are way over exaggerated and that none of this is actually going to happen? Or do you think that it's about time that Nvidia brings out something like this? Make sure to post what you guys think down in the comments below, because I do read all my comments and I'm curious as to what you guys think. Also, if you guys like this video, then make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing if you guys would like to see more videos just like this one. But until next time, bye.